Hello, it's Fellonius the old Yapper again, and I'm getting a feel of the age differences. Yes, I am getting old, finally. And age differences can be whatever. Well, up to a point. I'm 50 plus, and most people around 50, 40 plus, and even 30 plus are at the same age as me, mostly. Now, you could argue that it has to do with the mental state of a person and not the age. Yeah, but let's just for the fun of it say that mental state and age are connected, because otherwise it might be rather awkward to say some stuff. Um, there are a few things. First of all, there is one age difference that I didn't thought of until I got, well, let's say a couple of years ago. I have been socializing with people that are not my own age, let's say 55 to 60. And nowadays I do. At my work, I socialize with many people around my age, and they are all talking about other stuff than me. And I feel a certain resistance towards myself, making myself, of course, not wanting to talk about what I do in my spare time. It's hard to talk about your own stuff suddenly, because you realize that you are not at the same level as your peers in the same age. They are talking about drapes and TV shows and perhaps some politics now and then. That's good. I can always get on that. And then there's that darn sports. Why do that have to do? And there's skiing, and in Sweden we do have some world championship on winter sports and stuff. I don't know. Let's just put it aside. And I don't really get into all these, especially not the TV shows, because TV is something big for people at my age. And it's not for me. Once upon a time, we were agreeing on this back when I was like 40 or even 35 or something like that. We were watching the same type of TV shows, and I was into debating if JR should have been shot dead or, yeah, you know. But not nowadays. I hardly get to watch the news. And that's really awkward because I feel stupid. The age difference is not there because it's not a difference in age. It's the difference in what we do in our age. Now that's awkward. And I feel like I'm a stupid one because I'm not the same as all the others. Now I can just drop down 10 years and suddenly I got people the same with the same interest, and then I drop another 10 years and I'm in the 30s and I got all guys more or less having the same interest as me, and they haven't heard about TV. They are looking on the internet. They are streaming even, so don't bother. And then we get down to the 20s. Now they are having the same interests as me, but they don't have the same experience as me when it comes to my interests or my backgrounds. I cannot relate backwards in time because they weren't born back then. And if we are dropping yet another one down to the teenagers, I'm off. Even if we're talking about the same game, even if we are talking Minecraft, they're not able to see the same things that I have. And then they have all that anxiety and self-murder thinking and depressions, and it's not fun to be a teenager today, is it? So I'm lucky I'm not. So age differences are always there, but when you have it the other way, it's even worse. Finally, it is good to have some friends that, well, perhaps they're not the same age, and they do have, unless we have something in common to talk about. And that's where the mental state is, I suppose. But mentally, I am 57. Mentally, I just happen to be interested in something that my of the people of the same age don't have. And it's strange, but it must have been decided way back in like 76 when me and my brother bought that first Pong. I think that's when me and my equals at the same age started to separate. We played Pong on the TV, they watched the TV. And from there on, it has been the same all along. And that's 40 years ago. Soon. Age and age differences. Yeah, it's something that I think of a lot. So perhaps I should drop it instead and just enjoy my life. Thanks for watching. Bye.